Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you. This is a new update from www.central-mosque.com and from the Humble Heart YouTube channel. And the topic is 16th of August 2021, Kabul, the day after Taliban takeover. As I keep talking about many of the videos that are made on the topic of Afghanistan, is ever since I was a little boy in Islamabad and when the Russians or Soviet Union at that time invaded Afghanistan, we used to visit the hospitals and we used to see kids our age, my age, limbs missing and so on and so forth. So the people of Afghanistan have suffered for over 40 years. So at this point I request, I'm seeing all these memes and dramas and cartoons and Arturul music and all this kind of stuff, Taliban marching to the music of Arturul, but people making these memes. People, this isn't a joke. There are people's lives at stake, and what we should do is we should make dua for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring safety and security to the people of Afghanistan. Whether you're pro-Taliban or anti-Taliban or pro-America, anti-America, it does not matter. It's the people on the ground which are suffering, whose well-being we should make dua to Allah Ta'ala to safeguard and secure, inshallah. Secondly, it is the right of the people of Afghanistan to choose who rules them. Not my right, not your right. You can comment on the political situation of any country. However, it is their right to choose who governs them. So let's keep that in mind, inshallah. No matter what side of political divide you fall into, we should turn to Allah Ta'ala and make dua for the safety and security of people, children, civilians, women, and so on and so forth, inshallah. Let's talk about the subject at hand. Today in Kabul, life was fairly calm. Children went to school. Markets were not fully open, but a lot of markets were open. Traffic was low but running. There were absolutely no security issues throughout Kabul whatsoever. When you turn on BBC, CNN, it's like the sky has fallen, things have fallen apart as far as the life, not only just in Kabul, but also in Mazar-e-Sharif, Herat and stuff. There was no major security incidents whatsoever. People carried on with their lives. Of course, there's a massive difference. The president of the country, as they say in England, has done a runner with a lot of money. There's nobody in charge. So people are confused. But apart from that, life is fairly normal. However, when you look at the situation, this guy, president of, or ex-president of Afghanistan, I should say, Ashraf Ghani, media is reporting that he fled with multiple cars filled with dollars, $5 to $10 million of some of the cars he left behind. Now, this dude, less than a week ago, was claiming that he is never going to run away, and he was laughing at a previous ruler of Afghanistan. Let's watch this clip. Although you may not speak Pashto, but it's relevant to watch.
لخن مبادئ ګران ده تاسو ته معلومه ده اما تخته وکړه موږ یې आवाज پرې خود زه تخته نه
Over the past 20 years, America has invested billions into Afghanistan, and a lot of that money was supposed to go through infrastructure for the betterment of the Afghan people. But there have been many thieves and cowards like Ashraf Ghani who have run away with the money, and the world media is reporting that there were multiple cars and a helicopter filled with dollars when he escaped. And there have been warlords who have inflicted tremendous oppression, brutality, and human rights abuses on the Afghan people. So forget about the Taliban. The native people of Afghanistan will not forget that. So a lot of these people are trying to run away from Afghanistan because they're guilty of corruption or oppression, torture of people, and so on and so forth. The excuse that Ashraf Ghani gave on his Facebook page that he's run away because he didn't want to cause bloodshed in Kabul or something like that. There have been no bloodshed in Kabul, as I said, is normal. Also, he's saying he feared for his life. That's also not true, because people like Abdullah or Hamid Karzai, who posted today on Twitter with his daughters in Kabul, Ustad Gulbuddin Hikmatyar, who are all part of the Transitionary Council, are all staying behind in Kabul and in Afghanistan. Also, I will share another clip with you. This is our sister Zarghuna Baloch. She is not a Taliban supporter, wasn't. She's a human rights activist, and you may not understand the language, but what she's clearly saying, for women to carry on with education, carry on with constructive activities. She's also saying that the rumors about women being forced into marriages, women being beaten up, etc., are simply not true. Here is the clip of Zarghuna Baloch.
السلام علیکم ورحمت الله وبرکاتو. د افغانستان ټول ولس ته زموږ خوندو ته ځینې خوندې په اندېښنه کې دي، ځینې خوندې وهمونه ورسره دي. نو زه درته د ښځو د غږ د ادرس څخه درته اطمینان درکوم چې د افغانستان په ګوټ ګوټ کې تاسو یاست، ټول خپل درسونو ته بیرته ولاړ شئ، ټول خپل مکتبونو ته بیرته ولاړ شئ. په ځینې ولایاتو کې پوهنتونونه شروع شوي دي، مکتبونه شروع شوي دي، بعضې د خوندو وظیفې شروع شوي دي. نو ټول د خپل وظیفو ته ولاړ شي. او هغه خوندې چې محصلین دي لایحه دي په پوهنتونو کې، هغوی دې بېرته خپل پوهنتونو ته ولاړ شي. بعضې داخلي او خارجي انجوګانې دي چې هلته زموږ خوندې کار کوي، او بعضې انجوګانې بندي شوي دي. نو هیله کوو د هغه خوندو څخه چې بېرته خپل دفترونه خلاص کړي او خپلو وظیفو ته ولاړ شي. هغه خبرې چې تاسې اورېدلې وې چې اسلامي امارات پر ښځو باندې په زوره اجباري نکاحوې تړي، هغه ټول درواغ دي. هغه خبرې چې تاسې اورېدلې دي چې تر شپږم صنفه پورې به ښځې مکتبو ته ځي، هغه بیا وروسته د هغه څخه مکتب ته اجازه نه لري. دا ټول درواغ دي. د افغانستان ټول ولس ته، ټول خویندو او وروڼو ته اطمینان ورکوو چې نو خپل وظیفو او کارو ته دې ولاړ شي.
When you watch the international media, it's like, as I said, it feels like the sky has fallen off or something. There are a lot of foreign nationals, US, UK, NATO, other nationals and so on, who are leaving Afghanistan, although the Taliban have repeatedly said that they, they will provide them security and so on and so forth. But of course, everybody has the right to leave. So you see pictures like this, where there are French nationals who used to work at the embassy, and they actually parked at Kabul airport in a room, conducting the affairs and the business of their government. There are other governments such as Denmark. Denmark has up to 431 Danish nationals who work in Afghanistan. The Danish foreign minister contacted Pakistani foreign minister to said that they need assistance with evacuation of their nationals, and Pakistan said that they will do that. By the way, Pakistan, the online visa service of the Pakistan consulate is running. Pakistan International Airlines is running flights from parts of Afghanistan and evacuating journalists and so on and so forth. And there are also land border between Pakistan and Afghanistan. Today, the president of Pakistan was in Turkey, and they were supposed to do a ceremony for the new Corvette that Turkish Daman company is building for Pakistan, PNS Babar. No coincidence in the situation with Afghanistan. However, of course, the events in Afghanistan take precedence. So the president of Pakistan and president of Turkey held a 4-hour meeting, and Pakistan has offered assistance to Turkey to evacuate Turkish citizens who are also in Afghanistan. The National Security Advisor of Pakistan, Moeed Yusuf, and the Foreign Minister, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, have tweeted repeatedly, and you can follow the Foreign Ministry of Pakistan on Twitter, have repeatedly said that we will provide all assistance to evacuate all stranded citizens. There's nobody in danger. However, when you see the footage that is coming from Kabul airport, which just has one runway, by the way, it is horrendous. So, first things first, the security of Kabul airport is not being run by the Taliban, not being run by Afghans, not being run by Turkey. It is being run by US Marines. The US planes are stranded as of now because there are literally thousands of people lined up on the runway, and the planes simply cannot take off. During the day, the US Marines tried to use their AH-64 Apaches. I think these belong to US Army, by the way, to try to force people off the runway so the planes can take off. Here is the footage of that you can watch. These are the kind of scenes that you're watching at Kabul airport. After the U.S. military tried to disperse people using the H-64 Apache helicopters, it didn't work. The U.S. Marines fired shots in the air, which are being recorded and reported on the international media. Let's watch a clip of that. What several other media outlets are reporting that due to the shots fired by the U.S. military, there was panic amongst all these thousands of people. They tried to run away, and some people, due to the stampede, died. There have been about 3+ casualties. Others are saying that the actual people were shot. I don't know what the case is. What I'll do is I'll share the video footage of, unfortunately, people who have died due to this.
دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت. دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت. دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت. دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت. دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت. دوستان عزیز متاسفانه برخورد یکی از برخورد صورت گرفت.
And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring serenity, peace and patience to those who are suffering and whose family members are hurt or have passed away due to this. Next, the U.S. military is using the Boeing C-17 Globemaster III, which looks like that from the Kabul airport, from the only functioning or the only runway that is there. And even despite doing all of this stuff, people are still desperate to tag along. And what people are trying to do is they're trying to ride on the landing gear of these planes. Let me show you the footage of how difficult it is and why the U.S. has, as of now, suspended these flights out of Kabul. So when this giant plane takes off and the landing gears are retracted, i.e. when the wheels are pulled up, there have been multiple casualties. People have actually fallen out of the sky. The next two clips are pretty horrendous. And you can see these people out of desperation falling out of the sky, literally from the plane and plunging to their deaths. So as I've said, jokes aside, I see a lot of memes and people celebrating and stuff like that. This is about people. This is about people and their well-being. And again, I end this video for request for everybody to make dua, whatever your political persuasion may be, for Allah Ta'ala to bring safety and security to the people of Afghanistan who have suffered for decades. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله أكبر الله أكبر